I want to shout out Ricky Pearsall too. So I was talking about Mike McGlinchey, what I don't like, what I didn't like about him, although he's a good guy. What kind of annoyed me was when he was young and trying to talk for the team as a leader, the way like DeForest Buckner did or Fred Warner did, just because he was a first round pick and felt like that's the professional thing to do. Yeah, it is and it isn't. And I think Ricky Pearsall's struggling with that too. He's a first round pick and he's a stand up guy like Mike McGlinchey. So he's going to be at his locker every week. Some guys aren't. Like Jawan Jennings, no offense. Jawan Jennings is at his locker when things are going good for Jawan Jennings, when he's in a good mood, when he's smiling, when he has something he wants to talk about, when he wants to take shots at Shelby Harris. There's been a lot of games, a lot of weeks, a lot of days where he's in a bad mood and doesn't want to talk and you can't get him and he doesn't want to be the leader that he can be. So, and that's his prerogative. I'm not knocking, a little knocking, but not like a major knock. I just want to shout out someone who doesn't do that. That's kind of where I'm going with it. Ricky, like he could obviously not talk to us right now because it's not going so good for him right now for a variety of reasons. But there he was yesterday at his locker answering uncomfortable questions. I put the whole thing on my YouTube channel. You can check it out. I feel for him because his whole thing, first of all, his rookie year, he got shot, came back, and every question he got was, Ricky, what's it like to be alive? Like, what was the near-death experience? So a lot of like very, very nice questions. Oh my goodness, you're here, which was appropriate. Then this offseason, he was killing it. He had a great training camp. He really did well. The first few weeks of the season, he was among the league leaders in yards. So the questions were, I mean, he was eager to talk. It made sense for him to be at his locker once a week and talking not just for himself, but for the big picture of the team and the offense. He's doing all that. Then he gets hurt. Then he's gone. Then he's shooting jumpers. Then I asked about it. Then he came back. I don't know if he rushed back, if he's not ready, if he can't get open, or if he can't get the ball because Brock's toes hurt and he can't. I don't know what the reason is, but he's got 20 yards since week 4. And the rough thing for Ricky is once you create the precedent of I'm a weekly locker room talker, you can't stop. You can't pull a Jawan when things aren't going good. You got to keep talking. And so he did yesterday, and my heart went out to him because he looked so unhappy. And he's like the happy-go-lucky guy, the dancer, the smiler, the jump shooter. And he just looked like he wanted to eat his own face. I felt bad because it's like, what? Because I mean, what do you want? What are we supposed to ask Ricky? I didn't ask him anything. I just filmed it. But what are we really supposed to ask? We can't ask about any catch he's made. Although, no, Cam Inman did, to Cam's credit, because he made that one catch on third down running the crossing route. He asked him like 2 questions about it. Like it was the most incredible thing of all time. But it's a little like almost condescending. Like, so let's really hype up the one catch you made the one time in the last 2 months. Most of the questions were like, so how would you explain your lack of production? Because that's really the only question, right? Like, you were hella good in September. Now you're like AJ Jenkins or Dante Pettis or something. Like, tell us you're hurt. Like, give us an excuse, right? You got to explain this because I don't get it. And to his credit, he won't give an excuse. He's like, it's football. It's happens. The ball goes to where the coverage dictates it and yada, yada, yada. And some of that's true, but it's mostly not true. And you can see it on his face like, this sucks. And I mean, I don't really know what to say about Ricky right now. Part of me wants to start giving him the Mike McGlinchey treatment. Like, I've been really tough on high draft picks who don't live up to their standing. And I may be harder on the player than I should be because really it's more an indictment of the front office. But, I mean, he played well in September. Does that mean he's good? I'm not sure. Because minus that little stretch, he's had a very Dante Pettis-esque tenure with the 49ers. Meaning, like, Dante Pettis was just as fast as Ricky Pearsall. Dante Pettis was just as shifty as Ricky Pearsall. Dante Pettis was shiftier. He was more of a yak threat. He was an actual returner. But Dante Pettis learned quickly. He's still in the league, to his credit. But he learned quickly that he wasn't going to hold up as a starting wide receiver in the league. He just wasn't built for it. He was 6 feet, 180 pounds. He couldn't go over the middle. He gets cracked. That's Ricky. 6 feet, 180 pounds. He can't really go over the middle. He does his best work near the sidelines, and his quarterback doesn't really drive the ball to the sidelines. So some of it's on him, and some of it's on Brock. Some of it's the fact that George Kittle's better than him, and Christian McCaffrey's better than him, and Jawan Jennings is better than him right now. But maybe if when Mac Jones was the quarterback, that one game against Arizona week 3, threw them 11 passes, like couldn't stop. I think a quarterback with a bigger arm who is more comfortable throwing the ball outside the numbers near the sideline would, target Ricky more. But as long as Kittle's here and Brock's here and Christian's here and Jawan's here, he's going to be the fourth option on a run first team. That's what Brandon Ayuk was for a long time. He's going to be the fourth option on a run first team. But the difference between Ayuk and Pearsall is like Ayuk, he was the kind of guy who could beat press coverage because he was really strong. He could run a slant. You could call a pass where he's running a slant and the number one option in the progression and feel confident that he'd get open. Do the Niners ever do that for Ricky Pearsall? When he gets the ball, it seems like he's down the field or number 2 or number 3 in the progression because you can't count on him to get open in 2 seconds the way you could with Brandon. Anyway, the topic for this was sympathy for Ricky Pearsall. Despite the awful last couple of months, he keeps showing up. He's playing hard. He's talking to the media. He's taking the, embarrassment. It's kind of embarrassing. Like a pro. He might be my favorite player on the team. My favorite players on the team, just in terms of like who they are as people, not like what they do on the field, but how they comport themselves professionally and personally, at least around me. Ricky, Lenore, Colton. I don't think Colton likes me. I don't give a fuck what Colton thinks about me. I love that man. He's a great guy. He could hate me forever. I love Colton Kivitz. You could tell him I said it. I love that man. I don't have any like actual feelings about George Kittle. He's amusing sometimes. I've been covering him forever. I just feel like he's like in character 100% of the time. Less so now. When he was in his late 20s, it was just 100% shtick. Now it's like 60% shtick, which is fine. I'm like 72% shtick. Pearsall's not a shtick guy. Who else do I like on the team? Mac Jones. He's just so endearing. I also like Brock Purdy, though. I have nothing against Brock Purdy. He's not like funny. He's very serious, but I respect how serious he is because you have to be serious in the NFL. And I think the one thing with Mac, people wondered, is he serious enough? Like he doesn't really have the body of an NFL player, and he doesn't really have the temperament of a quarterback. George Kittle says he's like a tight end, but I think he's deadly serious. I think we saw it. That's what I like about it. I think that's what he proved this year. The Niners have 2 dead serious quarterbacks. And Ricky,